Everyone, and welcome to this installment of the weekly free instant tournament with me, Laura, this week. So you've already played these torturous hands and know what I'm in for. I of course haven't, but thanks for joining us and let's see how we go. So first off, I've got this beautiful hand. I've already put in my first bid. I've got a 19 count. It's got an awesome spade suit there. I'm not going to open two clubs or anything like that. When I open two clubs, I want to have a genuine game force. So this one, I still need my partner to have something in order to actually get to a game contract. So I'm just going to start off with one spade. And partners come up back and said one no trump, which with the robot style could be up to 12 points, but I also know my partner's a passed hand because they didn't actually start the bidding. They already passed, so they don't have 12 points. So back to me, and what am I going to do now? Partner's been able to respond, so I definitely want to be able to get to a contract here. Game contract, and it's basically where I'm going to play that's going to be the question. Now I'm just going to have a look at what my bids would mean in the robot system. So 2 no would be invitational. What would 3 no show? Gave me no trumps, 19 to 21 high card points, and effectively a balanced hand, so I don't want to do that. What would 3 spades show? 16 to 18, so it looks like that'd be invitational. Just thinking, what are my game forcing options? I could give 4 spades a go. My suit's so good that it's effectively worth I guess a suit of its own. It's just whether I want to do that or whether I actually want to play no trumps. I'm pretty tempted by no trumps, mostly because of the fact that partner's likely to have a club stopper and my hand's going to be worth basically exactly the same number of tricks in no trumps as it would be if spades were trumps. Just trying to see what other options that I might have. New suits, 12 to 18 points. It sounds like they might be able to drop that. Strong hand with hearts or with diamonds. I'm just going to bid 3 no trumps. We'll see how it goes. And partners put me to 4 spades, so this will be some sort of delayed raise by them. I'm not really a fan of these sorts of things, but they're 6 to 10 points. Now, if they do have 10 points, could be possible that I am missing a slam. If you gave them, say for instance, King, Queen of Hearts, and maybe just even the Queen of Diamonds, Queen 10 of Diamonds, I could be missing a slam. I don't really want to go looking for it though, because there's a little bit of risk at the 5 level. I'm just going to pass 4 spades. I'm not a big fan of delayed raises. I much would have preferred if partner could have actually just raised and then I could have splintered. But yeah, here we are in 4 spades. And it's, in all honesty, looking pretty straightforward at the moment. So what I've got at this stage is I've got hopefully no losers in spades. I've also got 1 loser in clubs, and I've got 2 losers in hearts and a loser in diamonds. Now, in terms of getting rid of, 1 loser in clubs, what did I say? I hopefully said 1. I'm going to have to lose my club. In terms of what I'm going to do with the rest of the hand, hopefully what I might be able to do is set up a heart trick to discard a diamond, or potentially if I have to, fall back on the diamond finesse. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so there we go. And they're continuing with a club. Now at this stage, I think I might actually trump this one high, and that's so I can have an entry to my partner's hand a bit later on. It doesn't matter what trump I'm going to use here, but I can actually trump it high. And so from the start of the hand, I like to count down what my opponent's trumps are. As it so happens, we had a 9 card fit, so they only start off with actually 4 between their hands. So I might play out, I've got 2 potential entries to dummy. And I might play out sort of a spade and we'll see what happens. Okay, so nothing too disastrous. Our trumps have broken at least 3-1. And now think about where we want to go from here. So at this stage, what I could do, I could start to, I guess, sort of play some hearts and see what happened. I could play another trump as well. Why don't we do that? Ideally, yeah, we'll play another trump, see what happens. Okay, so trump splits, so this is a really good thing. And now thinking about what my options are in terms of my hearts. The best way to play the suit, just trying to think if there's any possible way that I might be able to, I guess, do something a bit nifty. I've got 2 entries to dummy. Potentially I should duck around and then play, I don't know, something like low to the 9. Probably won't matter. I think what I might do, yeah, let's play at the ace and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've seen the 8, slightly relevant, but not too much. There's our king. And of course now they've played another club. Alright, so at this stage I can trump. I still want to retain one of my little trumps to get across to dummy, and we'll see what happens with the hearts. So this isn't particularly good, and it looks like we're in a pretty bad stage here. So what we're going to have to do now is rough this one, and it basically looks like I'm falling back on my finesse in diamonds. I probably should have actually roughed that one high, but we'll see what happens. I might just cash out the queen of... Oh, I don't need to go 1 extra off than I have to, I guess. I guess let's just take this finesse and hope. I've seen the 10, and there's the queen. So we still get to make 10 tricks. I'd assume it's going to be a pretty boring board, truth be told. 60%. What were people doing at the other tables? 4 spades making. Some people stopped in 3 spades by just bidding 3 spades. A bit unfortunate for them. Looks like everybody was opening a spade, which is good to see. Someone did open 2 clubs in there, but yeah, I'd prefer just to open a spade on this one. Okay, so far so good. 60% from a boring board. Now on to the next one. So here we have a 14 count with clubs, and the opponents have opened a club. So I'm just gonna, actually, do I want to pass? I could bid a no trump. Ugh. Ooh. Pass or a no trump are my 2 bids here. Whether or not I want to bid a no trump, it's not, for a vol against not overcall, it's not a particularly nice hand. I think I'm just gonna pass. Alright, and what's partner doing? They're in the tank, they've had a double, and now I'm going to bid, I guess, see, now I feel guilty. Now I've got to bid something like 2 no trumps to show my points. Hopefully that'll show about what I've got, 11 to 14. Maybe I should potentially even think about more. But 2 no trumps it is. Probably almost worth considering had I've bid more to start with. Okay, so good contract to be in. At this stage they're attacking hearts, which is a great lead for me. Talk about robot leads, they always for some reason lead my suits. I'm pretty happy with it. And at this stage I don't have too many tricks. I've got my 3 diamonds off the top and a spade, but it looks like I'm hopefully going to be able to set up some tricks in diamonds and also in hearts as well. So we'll see what happens at this stage. Okay, so they're letting me win the first one. And I know that I've definitely got an entry to dummy with a heart, and I'll also have a diamond to get across, and who knows, I might have a spade. But one thing I do know from this auction is that West doesn't have enough points to respond, and that our East player was able to open the bidding. And I think I had 14 with my partner's 9, that gives me 23, say 12 of them are over there, so 5 over with West. They might have the ace of hearts here. So let's play some diamonds and we'll see what happens. And high card from the short holding. And so far so good. So I started off with 6, always good to count down the opponent's cards. They've only got 2 left now. And they didn't break, but that's no surprise. And at this stage I'm just gonna let them win their diamond. Alright, let's start pitching. Got a bit of work to be done here. So, bit scared about sort of some, yeah, alright, we'll pitch a club, why not? So I've set up my 7 of diamonds, and I'm going to have an entry eventually. I've got some problems here with spades now that the opponent's coming back with it. Who knows, potentially it was actually almost better having set up some hearts. Probably was, you know. Alright, so I basically definitely know the king of spades is going to be over with east. So what I'm hoping is that, this isn't looking good. Maybe I should have actually set up hearts. Alright, so at this stage what I can do is now play a heart across. And I'm going to play the queen here, basically setting up my 10 to make sure they have to give me the entry. And I'm just going to put in, oh, tricky situation. Yeah, I can finesse the jack, why not? Alright, and of course they're going to keep spades coming back at me. I know that east is going to have the king. I guess at this stage what I basically have to do is hope that it's going to be a doubleton. The other thing I could kind of hope is that they're actually going to be blocked. Maybe I'll do that, hoping that west has 4 in the east. Okay, there's the 9. And hopefully now they're going to be blocked. Alright, this isn't looking good. Okay, there goes my 7 of diamonds, but my 10 of hearts is good for 1 down. So I think I might have been better if I had actually just played on hearts there. Judging by the score, definitely. So at the stage that I got to, I probably should have made a better plan. I had 3 diamond tricks to start with and also a spade, so that brings me up to 4. And I could have easily set up 3 heart tricks to get to 7, and I would have ended up getting an extra trick from clubs sort of somehow. But I ended up going down. Let's see what everybody else did. 2 no trumps going down a fair bit. 2 no trumps making. A few no trump overcallers in there. 2 hearts by now. So somebody doubled a club. Not a big fan of that. When I make a takeout double, I really do like to have the double in place. And I've got a question here. Should they have doubled with 9 points? So this is, should my partner have actually made that takeout double there with just 9 points? It's a tricky position here, being in what's called the pass out seat, where if they do pass the board or pass, the auction's finished and the opponent's just simply playing 1 club. I like their double. You do need a little bit less when you are in the pass out position, because basically if you do pass, the auction ends. So there is a little bit of flexibility when you are in the pass out seat, that you can actually be a little bit more aggressive in these positions. So I'm not unhappy with my partner's double. And one thing I didn't mention that might have crossed some people's mind is, did they potentially want to actually pass 1 club doubled out for penalties? I'm probably not all that keen. I don't have all that great a hand. I'd probably just, as I did, prefer bid no trumps. It's interesting that nobody else did 1 club doubled. Everybody else was bidding no trumps as well. Okay, so on to the next one, and I've got some redeeming myself to do with my 21.4%. So here we are with this one. What have I got? 6, 11, 12 points. So I'm just going to start off with 1 heart. And 3 hearts by partner. They just play this as a limit bid. So 10 to 12 points. And 4 clubs by our East player. Okay, so with this position, it's a bit interesting in terms of what I want to do. I think I'm just going to actually pass here. I know that our partnership won't have game, and it could just easily be that 4 clubs is going down. So I'm going to start off with the King of Spades lead. I like leading the top of my touching honours, usually a good strong lead to get off to. And in terms of what to do now, that's a interesting position. Do I want to continue spades or not? In all honesty, it kind of depends, I guess, what the opponent or what my partner's signals are. One thing I know is that East didn't actually want to make a takeout double or anything like that, and I do know that they have 2 hearts, most likely, because my partner raised... Oh, there you go. I just realised my partner had 4 or more hearts. That changes things ever so slightly. East had a singleton. Okay, I guess I am just going to keep on pursuing the spades. Hopefully that's where we want to go. There is a chance that East has the ace-jack and I'm going to look like a fool, but so be it. Okay, and partner switched to a heart, and that's going to be our 1 and only heart trick. So what's going to happen from here? Do I want partner to have the lead, or do I want to? They know I've got the Queen of Spades, so they could play that. Just thinking. Yeah, alright. I guess I'm going to overtake this. This is going to be our only heart trick, and I just want to make sure we play a spade just in case. Okay, so here we are. Now, at this stage, I could have actually just let partner hold the trick. Hopefully, they would have played back a spade. And what to do now? I'm just going to come back a diamond. I've set myself up in a position where I can't really play a heart. And they've flown with the ace. And they had the singleton. So I don't think we'll be taking any more tricks at this stage, but we did defeat them in 4 clubs, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I don't think we had any chance of making 4 hearts. They at least had the ace, king of diamonds, and a diamond ruff. We didn't have any club losers because partner did have the void. But let's take a look at it. So partner had a pretty massive hand with their void in clubs. But yeah, we end up losing no spades, no hearts, but we do end up losing 2 diamonds and a diamond ruff. So there you go. If you did get to 4 hearts, it would make. Personally, I'm, I guess, not too much a fan of partners bidding here in terms of having the void and 4 card support. I might have been tempted with the north hand to do something a bit different. Ideally, you'd be playing splinters or something in this position and be off to a much better way. There were a few 4 clubs making, and the way that 4 clubs ended up making at some tables was the ace of hearts was led, and then a heart was continued. So at this point, they actually got to discard a spade on the king of diamonds. One thing that's really interesting when you're defending against hands like this is knowing how many trumps partner has. So here, when I eventually looked at the bid, I knew partner only had 4, or partner did have 4 trumps. So it means I know most our side's only taking 1 heart trick, which is always good to know for the defense. Okay, so on to the next one. So here partner's opened a diamond and it's over to me. So 8, 12, 13, 14 points. I'm going to start off with a spade. And we'll see what happens from there. 1 no trump. I guess that's pretty clear cut. 3 no trump from us. So we've swapped seats so that I can declare the hand. And it so happens that we also do have a fitting clubs. Alright, so we've got the 5 of hearts lead. And if I count my tricks from the start, we're going to have 4 spade tricks, a heart, a club, so that's 6, and a diamond is 7. With clubs being the most likely place, I guess, that we start to look for the extra tricks. Okay, so they've swapped us around in seats. So my turn to play here with the south hand. I'm just going to put in the 3 of hearts and we'll see what happens from the west robot. Alright, they put in the 10, which was good for them. And held the trick. I didn't want to put my jack out there to get captured or anything like that. I'm just going to duck this one, just with the hope that if they are 5-3, that the opponents can't, or basically to excommunicate them. And they've actually switched to a club. So you never know, West might have just started off with a doubleton in hearts. And this is quite a good switch for me. I can just play low. They've effectively given me the finesse. I know it's not working basically once they switch to it. And away we go. Okay, so the 9 of hearts came back and West had the queen. They probably should have played that one, but yeah, there they go. Alrighty, so at this stage, I do have all the tricks bar 1. So I can make 3 no trumps. I do have a chance of an extra trick if I take the finesse in diamonds. It doesn't seem like something that I do want to do. If I had to think about which hands probably got the length in hearts, it should be east, and basically if I do take the finesse in diamonds, I'm risking going off, whereas I know I've got 9 tricks straight away now. So I might take them, and I guess I could, I don't know, have a think about it a bit more of if I wanted to finesse a diamond, but I'm really not going to. Alright, so we know that basically East had a bit of distribution. They are pitching diamonds, but that's no sign of anything. You know what, I'm just going to claim and give them 1 more trick. So claim making my contract. And 600 for that looks like the flattest board in the world. Everybody is in 3 no trumps, just making. And what ended up happening with our hearts? So they did break. Don't know why West didn't continue with them. Robot defense. There you go. So there's the most flat board I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so here we are for board 5. And what have we got? 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 19 points. Just a 4 triple 3, so not a great hand shape. I'll start off with a minor and then jump to 2 no trumps. And I'll start off with 1 club. And partner bid 3 clubs. This is their way of showing a weak raise. So it looks like they're showing about 5 to 9 points. And they've got 5 clubs. Could be getting too high, but I like giving my game bonus a shot. So we'll play in 3 no trumps. I'm hoping we've got exactly the same number of tricks if we play in no trumps as compared to if we play with clubs as trumps. And it looks like I could be drastically wrong. We will see. So what have we got? 1 trick in spades, 4 tricks in hearts, brings us up to 5. And once we can get those clubs going, we're in a much better position. I can also note that I've got 2 entries to north if I needed it, because what I could do is I could overtake my Jack of Hearts with the Queen, and I've also got the 7 to play across to the 10. So at this stage it looks like I'm far too high, but I'm hoping for some of the robot's spectacular defense, where they give me lots of tricks. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so the Queen's been played. And I guess what I want to do now is just simply duck this, hoping that, again, we're going to sort of do this excommunicating thing. Fingers crossed. Yay! Robot defense. I love robot defense. So what they've done here is they've actually now switched to my suits. I love robot defense. Gotta give those guys tricks all the time. They do something nice for you. Alright, so here we are. I've got to decide which hand I want to win in. And what I'm going to do is win in my hand, still keeping my entry over to the north hand, and then I'm going to start playing on clubs. So I'll win here with the ace. And now I can play a club up to my king. Let's get rid of that ace. Seeing the 9 appear. We'll see what ends up happening. They don't break nicely for me, do they? Of course not. Alright, so clubs haven't broken nicely, and I think that they're just going to play back not. Why do they keep doing this? Alright, I'm definitely not going to complain here. So what they've done is they've continued clubs, and I know the distribution was 5, 4, 3, 1. So after this, there's only going to be 1 club left with the West robot. So what I can do now is actually win this one and play a club back at them. That's going to set up... Ooh, this is interesting. So I could win this one and play a club back at them. And what that's going to do is it's going to actually set up 1 extra club trick for me. Now, if we think about sort of how many tricks that's going to give me, it'll give me the 3 club tricks that I'll get. I had 4 of the heart tricks. So that'll get me up to, what, 7? And also a spade to get me to 8. So if I do this, I'm not actually going to have enough tricks yet, unfortunately. But I think I've got a better option, which is actually looking at the diamonds for extra tricks. Now, what I mean by that is that what I can do here is I can actually win the jack and play a diamond up to the king, hoping that East has the ace. Then what I can do is I can play a heart back over to my queen and again play a diamond up, hoping that East has the ace. Now, this is a line I definitely take at imps. I'm going to do the same thing at match points just because I'm completely allergic to match points. But yeah, just thinking, I think it'll be a much better line. It'll get me, so this will actually be one that can get me enough tricks to make my contract. Even if I knock out their club, I still don't have enough tricks to get to my contract. As it so happens, they could have just actually continued spades at me and I would have been in a much worse position. This probably does run the risk that I could go more down, but Hey, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. Ace of diamonds, yay! Okay, so this is awesome. I've only lost 3 tricks and I have a lot of winners coming at me. Beautiful. Only lost 3 tricks, I meant. So I get to make my contract. That's awesome. Thank you, robots, for your spectacular defense. I have a feeling this board will be scoring reasonably well for me. We'll see how we go. And they can have the last one, but I'm more than happy to give that away. Just shows you how much they should be basically pursuing the same suit. So 3 no trumps. I'm in good company by the looks of things. But yeah, thank you, robots, for not continuing spades. Let's see what everybody else did. How are people making +1? Okay, so they got the same spade lead, ducked, the same heart return. And they played a club up at this stage, which was ducked. And at this stage, what they can do is they can actually, I guess, finesse against West's ace. If West had actually captured it, they'd be in sort of a much worse position, I think, in the end. So they ducked that one, and they thought they'd excommunicated them, but they really hadn't. In this stage, they played a diamond up. Alright, at least they played the diamond up. Okay, so 71% not going to complain. So on to our next one. So here, what have we got? 9, 12 points. Going to start off with a club. Not liking my possible rebids, but I'll probably rebid a no trump if partner bids spades. Okay, so partners come back and said 2 clubs, which they're playing as... What are they playing it as? 6 to 10 total points. Okay, and East has bid 2 spades. And now it's back over to me. So I know they've got a fit. We've got a fit too. I'll compete to 3. I've got a nice 10 card fit with partner. And now we get to this stage. Alright, here's where the decisions come in. This is a really big match point decision. What do we want to do? So partner's got 6 to 10. They're only promising 4 clubs. I think they're going to have, usually would have 5. And what do we want to do? In all honesty, I'm very tempted by a 4 club bid. Could be tragically wrong. Where was my overcall? My overcall was with West. If I think about the losers on this hand, I know we're losing 2 spades. I know the opponents haven't gone really searching for game, and someone's reasonably likely to have shortage in clubs. I really don't think we have any chance of beating 3 spades. This could end up tragically, but I'm going to give 4 clubs a go. I'm not one for normally playing in 4 of a minor, but you know, there's times. Okay, so here we are, and we've got 2 spade losers off the top. We've also got a diamond to lose, and we're going to have a heart to lose. So I'm looking at 1 down, and there's no way to get out of 1 down. It's just whether or not I can go only 1 down. And this will basically come into what's happening in hearts. What I've got to do is I've got to find that jack of hearts for the finesse. Okay, so it's probably a good hand to sort of keep an eye on the points and what I know about the points. So the king of spades got led. And they've played the ace. And the queen was over with East. So far I know that West started off with the ace, king of spades, and now they're playing also the jack of clubs. If I think about the total points on the hand, so what have I got? 9, 12, and my partner's got 6, so we've got 18 together. So far I've seen 8 from West, so what's that give us? 18 and 8, 26, so 14 remaining. I saw the queen of spades over with East, so 12 remaining, and East, first of all, bid 2 spades, but then they also competed onto 3 spades, which isn't that surprising. They had a 9 card fit. And we'll see what happens from here. Okay, and in all honesty, I think that it's reasonably likely that The clubs are going to be not divide nicely, but we'll see what happens. This stage I'm almost tempted to play a diamond, but we'll play another club. Why not? Okay, so West had the singleton in clubs. So there's one club outstanding with East. What do we want to do? So far I know East probably started off, well, they did start off with 3 clubs. They also started off with presumably 4 spades, or they wouldn't have competed to 3 spades. We've had the ace, king of, whatchamacallem, spades over here. I think I might play it. Oh. Yeah, alright, I'll get rid of the last trump. Why not? Okay, and we'll play a diamond and I guess just sort of see what they do. Alright, so at this stage West has shown up with quite a bit. So they've had the king of diamonds, they've also had the ace king of spades and also the jack of clubs. And East hasn't shown up with very much. So what I'm probably thinking is that East is going to have the ace of hearts, and in all honesty this really doesn't give me too much information about where the where the jack's going to be. So I'm almost tempted to play a heart up now, I guess, and alright, so if I know East has got, could go a bit more exploring. They've rocked up with their 6 points, assuming that they do have the ace of hearts. Just trying to think if there's any way that I might be able to end play them into having to give me a rough and discard, or potentially giving me the hearts. Alright, I'm going to, I feel like I really want to back that East is actually the one that started off with the jack of hearts, and I guess it's just how I want to go about it. Do have to be a little bit careful, I guess, with my entries. Maybe I have to do it now. Alright, here we go. Jack of hearts with East coming up. No, it was over with West. Of course it was with West. Alright, so got that decision wrong, which is going to cost a bit. And 2 down instead of 1 down. Still a better score than having them, I guess, make 3 spades. So we'll see how that one scored. 96%. Okay, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I think I should have been 1 down, but I will take it. So there was somebody else who bid to 4 clubs as well, and they went 2 down. Could have got the hearts right. As it turns out, I could have played a heart to the king and then just come out a low heart, and I would have been fine as well. But just in terms of, I guess, trying to mark what's going on, I know that East started off with 4 spades because they competed, and I'd seen a fair bit from West. But 96%, I'll take it. Alright, second last one, here we go. And what have I got? 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to start off with a club, and again I've got this rebid problem if partner bids a spade, like they do here. I'm just going to bid 1 no trump. Your choices are basically between 1 no trump and also 2 clubs, otherwise 2 hearts would be a reverse. And partners bid 2 spades, it looks like they want to play there, so let's let them. And here I get to declare the hand. Alrighty. This is a nice lead to get off to. So I've started off with a heart, and in terms of the losers on the hand, this gives me the option, if I want to, of straight away actually trying to win 3 hearts and discard my 2 club losers. I'm still gonna, if I do that, I'm potentially still gonna have some problems in diamonds, but you know, why not? Let's give it a go. At this stage, I'm getting rid of those immediate club losers. If they had led clubs, I would have had to lose the ace-king. But I'm basically counting losers from my partner's hand and hoping that I can shell those off. Okay, so that's worked out. And this might be the very last chance that I have of being in my south hand. So it looks like I better do something good with this entry. And I think the most appealing thing is going to be playing a diamond up. And we've had the jack appear. That almost makes me nervous. So the jack to the king and the ace. And now the opponents have started playing club. Alright, so here we are. And I get to ruff their ace. And I think what I'm going to do now is play diamonds and I guess see what happens. Might be able to ruff a diamond and get another entry to south, which would be great. Giving them a cheap trick. And now what to do. So I know it's a reasonable chance this will get over ruffed, but it's worth putting in there. Okay, at least now what's happened is the opponents are having to play spades. So what I can do now, win this one, and I can definitely, so the queen's gone. Interesting. All right, so if just thinking about what's happened so far, at this stage, if the spades actually break, I'm in a really good position. I could almost basically draw trumps and potentially even just give up a diamond. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ruff a diamond. I don't think they're going to break because ace. Alright, we'll ruff a diamond, ruff a club back, and I guess see what happens. Alright, so at this stage I really wish I played a trump. Ruff this one back to hand. And the opponents still have two spades, but we'll see what happens. Beautiful. Alright, all the tricks for me. Oh, hold on. Did I miscount my trumps? Oh, there you go. I miscounted my trumps. Whoops. Okay, they would have had to... That's interesting. Alright, what did I miss? I missed one lot of trumps. Okay, so they did break the... Ah, yes, I forgot that we didn't play a trump. They actually ruffed. So, at this stage, what ended up happening? 1, 2, 3. I ended up making 2 spades. Everybody else was in 2 spades making or going down. Someone got to the glamorous heights of 4 spades by pursuing spades with the south hand. One really important thing is after you had bid 1 no trump, the basically partner's 2 spades says we have no chance of game partner. So really good to just leave it in 2 for them. Probably could have played that one a bit better, but again, not going to complain about 71%. Alright, lucky last, and we'll see what happens here. So 1 diamond pass 1 heart, and over to me. I've got hearts, I've got some diamonds. What do I want to do? So here, how many points have I got? 5, 10, 12, 13, 17. In terms of my options, I could bid 1 no trump, and that's 1 no trump or pass. Just double checking they do play it as, yeah, they play it as a legitimate 1 no trump bid. I'm almost tempted to just actually pass and I guess sort of see what happens here. Okay, so West has got diamonds and clubs and East has now gone back to diamonds. Okay, so it looks like I'm just going to defend this one, and interesting things about what's happening on this hand. So we know that my partner didn't want to overcall, and I can tell from, I guess, my partner's hand that what's going to happen is that partner actually basically must have 5 spades. Yeah, at least 5. So what's... Oh, yeah, I guess they could be 4, 4, 3, 2. There's a small chance that they don't. Just trying to think of if I almost want to win here, and they've probably got the king. Alright, so what this hand looks like is it looks like the opponents are basically going to try to sort of get away almost with cross-ruffing it. Where basically West will probably... but that's not going to work either. Okay, so I'm always going to have a chance to play diamonds if I do win the ace of spades now. The only thing is they can probably play a heart up and then play a club. I'll have to win that and do... It's all not looking particularly fun. Also just thinking, what if partner does have, say for instance, 5 spades and I let them win their king now? And if they did have the king of hearts, but they can't draw trumps and do that. Alright, so if they are a 5-5, it could be bad. Oh, yuck. What do I want to do here? Alrighty. I'm going to risk it. We'll see what happens. So let them win the king, and they're going to play a heart up, no surprise there. And at this stage, my partner looks like they did have a doubleton king. And we've got the club. Again, no surprise. So flown ace with the intention that what I want to do here is get rid of the opponent's trumps, so I can't ruff those clubs. So what I'm going to do, ace of diamonds and another diamond. And my jack was probably never going to win a trick, so I'll play that out. And they'll get to ruff 1 club. And now they're going to have to ruff something back to hand. Alright, so here, let's think about this. So what I can do at this stage, I've got the count on basically everything. So 4, 4. This is the 3rd club that's gone. So I've got the option of potentially, I think I should play aces. How many tricks have we got? So if the clubs are 4-4-1, almost need to 5-5. Alright, we'll get rid of this one. So he did start off with 2 spades. So we've seen 2 spades, 1 heart. They've definitely got 5 diamonds and 4 clubs. If they did have 5-5, I kind of need to play a club here for my partner to ruff it. But that'll give us issues as well. Play heart for partner to ruff. Guess what I've got to hope is that basically partner's not going to have 2 trumps left. Alright, this isn't looking good at all. Partner's only got 1 trump. Potentially I probably shouldn't have played the spade. I'm going to play a heart to hopefully give partner a trump promotion is, I guess, what I'm hoping for here. Did I miss a trump? They must have had 6-4 by the looks of things. Yeah. Okay, so 64%. Interesting that that one scored so well. I have a feeling people might have been venturing in when they shouldn't have on that one. So came in 3rd place. We'll have a look at that last board and see what the other tables did. So 3 diamonds making, lots of 3 diamonds plus 1, and some people beat it. Now, how did they beat 3 diamonds? That's a very good question. Alright, we'll get rid of that. And I want to see what these people did to beat 3 diamonds. How's it done? Heart, ace of clubs, diamond, diamond. What have I done? Diamond. What point do we get to here? Alright. Now, I don't actually recall my opponent doing this. So what they ended up doing, come out the club. Yeah. They pitched their club. Okay. So there's that. And then they got to... They still should be fine here. How are people beating this? Or is this... Okay. Unless this isn't their play. So just seeing how the other guys beat 3 diamonds. Doesn't seem like I can bring it up. But yeah, so that was my attempt at the weekly free instant tournament. So I ended up finishing the day on, what, 62%. I feel like I could have done a fair bit better, especially on that second board, and definitely gave you some chances in there to beat me. Board 4, definitely the flattest board that I have ever seen, with everybody in 3 no trumps and just simply making their 9 tricks. I almost felt a little bit ripped off on board 5, where I got to make 3 no trumps with the robot's ridiculous defense, but I guess everybody had that defense. One thing to note is that with this one, I really did just want to bid 3 no trumps with the hope that basically these hands are going to be worth just as many tricks if hearts are or in no trumps as compared to if clubs are trumps, which is always a consideration that you want when you're choosing to play in 3 of a minor or in 3 no trumps. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck in the weekly free. Well, you probably already played it, and I hope that I gave you some food for thought. See you next time. Bye.